Okay, so we're back in our play space and we have our first pen and paper version of our Verbo app basically laid out in very simple terms. And our goal now is to take this and use some placeholder images to test the environment just a little bit more. And say you were with a client, maybe this could be a helpful way to give an additional, confirmation that it's actually going to get the job done. So actually don't have, this could be a nice placeholder for that planet right there. So let's just get rid of all this stuff. Cool. What would be neat is if it started out here, and then when you finally select, the city that you want, it snapped over to this location right here. I think that'd be really cool. Okay, so the next thing we'll need is a nice little placeholder image for the map, right? Okay, great. Let's move this, say, right there, and that's going to have the city on. We can scale it a little bit more comfortably. Nice, nice. See, right there. Might start to feel a little busy, but that's okay. Right now we're just testing. All right. Okay, so then the way the Verbo app works is you then, after you choose your location, you need some dates, right? Well, I don't have a placeholder image for a calendar, but let's just pretend that this is a calendar. This can be a calendar, right? Also, one thing I did forget, maybe it might be cool to have just like a nice Verbo logo up here. We can make that. I mean, you're not looking at it the whole time, but it's just up there, kind of there. Okay. Let's see. And then maybe, what if we had? I'm trying to see if there's a text field. Placeholder. You? That'll do the trick. Okay, so say this was like a title or something right there, right? And it was like, find your dream home. This is just a placeholder. It's not like a whole block of text that's going to be up there, but, or find your dream destination. Some kind of verbiage could be right there. Oh, it's still pretty high though if you compare it to this kind of zone of, so we would want it to maybe float just a little above it, but not too high. Okay. So you got your calendar. So that'd be indicative of the calendar and selecting dates. I don't think I have to write calendar, but we can test it with or without. All right, so then we need some criteria, like all the little, gosh, what do you call them? The amenities, right? So what could we use as just a little placeholder for some of these amenities? Well, I do have, okay. Well, we'll just use this for now. So here's an amenity. And I have some more here, right? There's another one. Okay. Okay, so here's a little amenity just to symbolize, hey, there's where our amenities are going to go. It's hard to see against this kind of grayscale background, so maybe what I can do is toss up, maybe, let's just try this. That'll make it easier for the viewer. And again, there you go. So if the sky was the backdrop, it makes it a little easier to see some of this stuff. Okay, so perspective is looking interesting. I'll get rid of these guides later on. This is just to kind of help, instruct positioning, things like that. So amenities are here. Calendar would be here. And then let's see, any additional criteria we have. We have like, I think Verbo used like house types was another thing, right? So like, you know what? I want a cabin, or I want to be on a houseboat. We could stick something like that there. Let's do this again, just for ease of use. Because we love our humans, right? Gotta take care of them. Something like that. It doesn't gotta be the prettiest thing, right? So you're going through, selecting these guys. The map's updating itself. You're becoming more and more convinced that, like, cool, all right, this is definitely within my price range. Whoops. Oh, that's the other thing. We don't have a. There we go. So this could be. We'll have to judge on space how much room we have, but like, say this was our meter that we're judging for how much money we're willing to spend. I could slide this up and down. Maybe down here is free, right? And then up here it just increases in value, and you could have a number value be up right above it. Oh, one thing that was annoying on the app is it never let me really change my currency. There we go. So if there was like a way to adjust my currency on the fly, and that could be via drop down menus, or if I see an icon, maybe I could tap it and then it would turn blue, knowing that one selected, or you could turn some other color, whatever works best for the given environment. Okay, so we got sliders that helps. This is all of our conditions. Oh, okay, so then once we've selected one, then we would really want to, we'd want to have, this is the map of the city, and these could be, as this criteria is dynamically kind of updating this map, we could also see some of these listings start to populate down here with little thumbnail images. Yeah. Then maybe there could be something simple just to indicate that, like, hey, like there's a whole bunch of these, so why don't you go ahead and scroll through them a little bit. Maybe you could swipe past it, and that'd be really intuitive. We're familiar with that, using tablets and phones, just kind of swipe left or swipe right to see more content in that way. That could be interesting too. All right. I think this is a great start. So let's save it. And take a little screenshot. Bam. All right, and then we're ready to move on to our next step, which is, let's take these placeholder images and update them with like actual things that could be inside the app if we were to ship it or send it for final approval. Something a little bit sexier. All right, thanks.